So apparently some people just didn't understand that the last video I made like this was a joke, so if you really can't handle extreme satire, then I've got a better website for you to browse. Links in the description. If you've played any competitive game for long enough, you've no doubt come across your fair share of awful players and terrible teammates. So without any further ado, here are 10 more examples of annoying and bad players that I've come across in Dirty Bomb. Number 1. People who waste their abilities in spawn. This is just one of those things where you see someone doing it, and you just know that FPS games are not for everyone. I mean, look, I understand when you're playing Stoker and, you accidentally toss your Molotov at the start of a match because you meant to put down your ammo station instead. But when you're playing Vasily or Bushwhacker and you deploy your heartbeat sensor or turret immediately after spawning while still in spawn, just uninstall the game. Number 2, support classes who only support themselves. I get that not everybody wants to play the tutorial level. It's taking away from the time you could be spending playing the game and learning from experience, but when you're over level 10 and you still don't know that you can drop ammo packs for more than just yourself, I can only assume that you're probably a burden to every single person around you in real life too. Especially when you're playing a medic and you try to pull this stunt. I mean, you're a medic, for Christ's sake. Do you think doctors only operate on themselves too? You're literally standing over my non-gibbed body, and all you have to do is press E! Number 3, hackers.
What?
Whoa.
That guy's hacking.
I saw that. Yeah, he is. Look at that. 3-4 headshots in a row. 5 headshots in a row. 6, 7. Oh my gosh, you called it right away.
I don't even know where to begin with this one. I get it though, Games are hard, especially ones that take any amount of skill to be good at. And with your sheltered life indoors, you would think that you would be good at the game, but no. You'd rather just inject a script that somebody else made and then think that you're some sort of super elite hacker because everybody can spot how bad you are at the game the instant you start playing. But the worst part is, you're cheating and you still can't win the game for your team. I mean, it's bad enough that you actually need an aimbot just to hit somebody, but you still don't have the brain capacity to understand that there's actual objectives outside of just killing people. Typical. Honestly, it's typical. Number 4, people who get completely carried and say easy. You know these people. These are the type of people who will talk shit to you in real life, and you just have to walk away because you know you'll fuck them up if you actually fought. But then they have the audacity to say something stupid like, yeah, you better run. Or tell their friends how badass they were and kicked your ass when they probably would have started crying after getting hit just once. Look, kid, your team carries you and so will your parents for the majority of your life. Number 5, people who tap out when I'm reviving them. Especially naders. Dirty Bomb has a very interesting mechanic that sets it apart from most first-person shooter games. It gives you the opportunity to help up a fallen teammate should they be shot down, whether you are playing a medic class or not. I feel that this helps to build a stronger teamwork-based relationship, but some people don't feel that way. Take the nader for example, who will instinctively mash the F key the immediate second that they go down, despite being miles away from any actual enemies. If you put more effort into your accuracy when shooting instead of working on how fast you can mash the F key, you might not actually be that bad at the game. But when I see that you're squirming around on the ground like a fish out of water, I think, hey, you know what? It's my turn to be the nice guy. Only to have you tap out or martyrdom in my face a few frames before you're revived. This is why we can't have nice things. Number 6, suicide repairers. You know what really grinds my gears? Players who think that they're better than everyone else and some kind of lone wolf hero because they rushed the objective. You wouldn't think that this would be that big of a problem considering the game is based around completing objectives, but you'd be wrong. Dirty Bomb is a teamwork-based game, and when the one proxy on our team is constantly rushing the objective alone without any backup or feedback on when or where they're going so that we can try to cover them, and then they start blaming us like we're the problem, that vote kick you see against you isn't out of spite, it's out of desperation for a new teammate who isn't mentally handicapped. Running down the exact same corridor every single time to the same 4 enemies that keep killing you clearly isn't working, but no, your strategy is obviously superior. Number 7, people with 300 and higher ping. I feel like I shouldn't even have to explain this one, but I see these people so often that I just can't help but not say anything. You know, I have a difficult enough time playing myself with only 100 ping. The game stutters, my bullets seem less accurate than usual, and being able to see someone a few milliseconds before they see me when I walk around a corner doesn't really outweigh how often it more often happens to me. But playing against someone with over 300 ping, so painstaking. I'll see them running past me, and I'll track them with my crosshair better than I have ever tracked anyone in my entire life. And halfway through shooting them, they'll turn into Tracer from Overwatch and start teleporting backwards or forwards, with apparently none of my previous bullets registering. And I don't even have a joke to say here, it's just frustrating. Number 8. People with no sense of awareness. You know when you spot a fragger down a lane, you exchange bullets with him for a few seconds and then he immediately backs away? Tell me, what is your first reaction at that point? If you said anything besides retreat because he's probably cooking a frag grenade, congratulations, you're part of the 90% demographic of teammates that I get when playing. See, one of the things I've noticed when playing Dirty Bomb are how few people actually have any game sense whatsoever. This goes back to people who don't even attempt objectives either, because if they had any logic or reasoning in them, they would know that the objective has been clear for the past minute, but they still haven't pushed up to it. Number 9. People with stupid names. Now, okay, you might not think too much about this one. I mean, what's so bad about having a silly Steam name, right? Well, besides everything, considering this is, like I said, a team-based game, or at least it would be if I could actually fucking communicate with my team, but half the time I can't even read my teammates' names because the in-game font doesn't support Japanese kanji or the stupid meme text that you think is so original. You're not Rurouni Kenshin, and you're definitely not Fred fucking Flintstone, so choose a name that I can actually read so I can teach you how to actually play this game. Someone needs to lead this team, and it definitely is not going to be this guy. Number 10. People under level 5 who don't play in minimum level 5 servers. I honestly shouldn't even have to explain this one. I mean, really, anyone who has played Dirty Bomb for a prolonged period of time knows exactly what I'm talking about. I've talked before about why casual matchmaking needs to be a thing, and this is a prime reason. I don't even consider myself to be that much of a tryhard either. Most of the time, all I want to do is just complete my missions, and I'm not upset whether I win or lose, but I will admit that I do get upset when I have to deal with Dirty Bomb's complete lack of decent pairing. I'm sitting on my team as the only no-life loser at almost level 60, while the rest of my teammates are below level 5, and it wouldn't be so bad if these people actually played another fucking FPS game, but no. Half my games, I'm sitting in spectate mode just watching Baby take his first steps, and the amount of cringe that ensues is mentally devastating. I honestly get so mad that these people think that they're elite enough to know how to use the server browser, but don't even know how to fire their own weapon. Worse yet is when you try to give them constructive advice to improve and they just turn into assholes. They don't seem to know that there's a run function either, and they constantly aim down their sights. I ran into this one player who literally held down the right mouse button every moment that they could, with a shotgun. If someone asked me why I would ever want to stop playing Dirty Bomb, I would just show them the replays of 95% of every game I've ever played. Forget the loadout crafting system, that's old news. This game needs not only a mandatory tutorial, but a mandatory attendance to minimum level 5 servers if you're under level 5. Honestly, sometimes I think the only reason this isn't a thing is because less than 2% of this game's player base has actually reached level 10, and the veterans who are already screwed every day would have something else to complain about when they can't find any matches due to everyone being locked into minimum level 5. Oh, okay, that's it. That's enough for this video. I swear, I'm gonna blow a gasket if I continue. So, I hope you enjoyed this totally entertaining comedic video that's definitely not me trying to vent the frustration at the mental and physical ineptitude of some other people who just probably aren't even competent enough to fucking dress themselves in the morning. I think I probably went a little overboard there, but oh well, somebody will find it funny. No.
What?
Both of these fucking Skyhammers just... what a son of a bitch! fucking good. 2 sky hammers. The other guy looked at me and was like, no, fuck you, dude.
Oh my god, that fucker just keeps no! Oh man. Here, come over here. I want to show you a trick. Check this out. See that window up there? Oh fuck.
We destroyed the objective. Destroy. That was a sweet trick.